The United States is an extremely diverse nation. From people to habitats, no two cities or states are alike. Within the 50 states, you'll find the icy glaciers of Alaska or the white sand beaches of Florida, and even skyscraping mountain ranges in the Midwest. The natural beauty of the country isn't unknown to the rest of the world. Famous landmarks such as Yellowstone National Park or the Grand Canyon National Park attract thousands of foreign visitors every year. But what about the hidden gems even you may not know about? With over 3 million square miles to traverse, the US must have a few hidden wonders lying around. Today, we'll be talking about the top 10 natural wonders you didn't know existed in the United States. Number 10. Neskowin Ghost Forest, Oregon. At number 10 is the Neskowin Ghost Forest, located in northwest Oregon. Neskowin is a small coastal town in Tillamook County and home to the Neskowin Beach State Recreation Site. During low tides, the eerie remains of an ancient forest can be found. What was once a forest full of towering giants is now nothing but a graveyard for decaying stumps, an eerily beautiful reminder of the Sitka spruce trees that in times past stood for over 2 millennia. Geologists studying the stumps have theorized that the ancient trees fell victim to a major earthquake that shook the Cascadia subduction zone in the 1700s. They believe that the earthquake dropped the forest into the tidal zone, allowing the ocean water to rush in. The only remnants of these giants were their trunks, submerged in the mud. For centuries, the stumps were hidden under thick layers of sand and mud, only peeking above the surface every few decades. Then, in the winter of 1997, the Pacific coast was hammered with powerful storms that eroded the sands. Buried beneath the surface was the ghost forest that became a little more than just a local legend. Number 9. Bonneville Salt Flats, Utah. As it turns out, you don't have to book a flight to Bolivia to see the mesmerizing salt flats with number 9. Located west of the Great Salt Lake in western Utah, the Bonneville Salt Flats cover a very large area. The famous Bonneville Speedway, located in the western portion of the flats, is perfectly flat with a thick crust of salty soil. While no vegetation grows in the area, the flat land looks like a frozen lake bed that's been dusted with morning snow. When the ancient Lake Bonneville dried up, the salt flats formed. Lake Bonneville was said to be huge, filling much of the Great Basin with flowing water. Eventually, the lake shrank below its outlet and the water became salty. As the water continued to evaporate, salt deposits were left behind. The flats include a variety of microenvironments, but it is mostly desolate. Some areas of the salt flats can host numerous kinds of plants and animals, such as ponds and marshy areas near the edges of the flats. The salt flats' environment is extremely fragile and can prove to be dangerous. However, with the right precautions and adherence to policies, these salt flats can be enchanting. Number 8. Ruby Falls, Tennessee. Buried deep within the 2,388-foot summit of Lookout Mountain lies the 8th natural wonder on our list. Ruby Falls is the United States' tallest and deepest public underground waterfall. In 1928, while drilling an elevator shaft, a worker noticed a void in the rock roughly 160 feet above the cave and felt gusts of air coming from the gaping hole. Leo Lambert and a small crew entered the opening only to discover underground streams, geological formations, and the falls. Ruby Falls was named after Lambert's wife, Ruby Lambert. In addition to the falls, tunnelers located the original cave they had been searching for, the Lookout Mountain Caverns. By 1930, both caves were expanded and opened to the public as a tourist attraction. Lookout Mountain Cave was then closed in 1935 due to the sheer popularity of Ruby Falls, which impressed tourists. Electric lights were installed in the cave, making Ruby Falls the first commercial cave to be outfitted with modern amenities. Despite their local popularity, Ruby Falls is often overshadowed by nearby natural wonders such as the Smoky Mountain National Park and the iconic Appalachian Trail. Ruby Falls is open to the public today and offers tours through the caverns. Number 7. Apostle Island's National Lakeshore Ice Caves, Wisconsin. Centuries of freezing, thawing, and hostile waves sculpted the shorelines of the Apostle Island National Lakeshore. Located 18 miles west of Bayfield, Wisconsin, sits the 7th natural wonder on our list. During the winter, when Lake Superior freezes over, these stunning ice caves and rock formations form a fairy-like fantasy escape. The ice formations inside each chamber are ever-changing, leaving no feature untouched by the test of nature. While this may be a popular spot for locals, very few out-of-staters are aware of this natural wonder, despite the location donning the title of Lake Superior's crown jewels. Stepping inside the ice caves is unlike anything you'll ever experience in your lifetime. When the conditions are just right, the ice beneath your feet will act as a window, allowing visitors to see the lake bed. Unfortunately, the ice caves have been inaccessible since 2015, leaving many to speculate if this natural wonder may be gone forever. Number 6. Wheeler Geologic Area, Colorado. Once referred to as the City of Gnomes and Dante's Lost Souls, hidden deep in the Rio Grande National Forest awaits number 6, the Wheeler Geologic Area. The area is strange to say the least, but not any less enticing. Located in the San Juan Mountains in southern Colorado, the Wheeler Geologic Area is only popular amongst locals and avid adventure seekers. The Wheeler Geologic Area once carried the honor of being Colorado's first national monument. But when the site was demoted to national forest land in 1950, the bewitching landscape fell into relative obscurity. The area is a highly eroded outcropping of layers of ancient volcanic ash, mud, and other debris formed over 25 million years ago. The location is remote, lying just below the crest of the mountain range at an elevation of 11,960 feet. Wheeler can be reached on foot by an 8.5-mile hike on the East Bellows Trail or by a much more difficult 14-mile off-road drive. Number 5. Jocassee Gorges, South Carolina. In the uppermost reaches of South Carolina resides the blue waters of Lake Jocassee. Flooding the base of the Blue Ridge Escarpment, a blue wall of hills represents the sharp transition between the Carolina Mountains and Piedmont. Surrounding Lake Jocassee is a series of steep-sided gorges that carry surging rivers and streams down to the Piedmont, cutting through the uniform sloping face of the escarpment. These gorges are known as the Jocassee Gorges. The gorges can be visited in several different areas throughout Oconee County, Pickens County, and even Transylvania County, North Carolina. The area is massive, belonging to not one single area. These gorges and their streams mark an area so unique and dreamlike. The Jocassee Gorges offer endless opportunities for adventurers to discover unique plant, fish, and wildlife populations, many of which are rare or endangered. There are hundreds of trails, waterfalls, wildlife observation stations, and once-in-a-lifetime views available to each visitor no matter what area you enter. Much of the area is wild and has limited access for casual visitors, but the surrounding core of the Jocassee Gorges are managed areas called gateways. These gateways include a series of South Carolina state parks and other established locations. These areas include the Kiowee-Toxaway State Park, Devil's Fork State Park, Table Rock State Park, Oconee State Park, and many more. Number 4. Johnson's Shut-ins, Missouri. Johnson's Shut-ins State Park is a public recreation area spanning nearly 9,000 acres on the East Fork Black River in Reynolds County, Missouri. The term shut-in refers to a location where the river's breadth is limited by a hard rock that is resistant to erosion, causing the river to cascade over and around the smooth-worn igneous rock. When the water levels are safe, these shut-ins create a natural water park full of waterfalls, chutes, and potholes for all to enjoy. Visitors can camp, hike, swim, and rock climb throughout the park. Park trails include a paved walkway to an observation deck, the 10-mile Goggins Mountain Equestrian Trail Loop, and even a section of the infamous Ozark Trail. Johnson's shut-ins are truly one of a kind and unique to the area. Who can say they spent a day at a natural water park? Number 3. Natural Falls, Oklahoma. Located in the scenic Ozark Highlands region near the Oklahoma-Arkansas border is number 3. The Natural Falls State Park features a 77-foot waterfall and two 44-foot twin falls cascading through rock formations, creating a secret, serene atmosphere at the bottom. Natural Falls State Park offers several miles of hiking trails, scenic views, and eccentric plant and animal life. Over 18 varieties of ferns call Natural Falls home, along with hundreds of different flora and fauna. The area is, much like the others on this list, popular with the locals despite the fantasy-like backdrops and soul-healing essence. Natural Falls isn't historically significant nor outstandingly special, but the quirk and natural wonder are unlike anything else. Natural Falls provides a special kind of healing to both the mind and soul within its quiet acres. Number 2. Providence Canyon, Georgia. Providence Canyon State Outdoor Recreation Area is located in Stewart County, Georgia. Number 2 on our list is considered one of Georgia's 7 natural wonders and is often called the Little Grand Canyon. Providence Canyon isn't actually a purely natural feature. Most of the massive gullies are the result of erosion due to poor 19th century farming practices. Part of the canyon's formation is natural, but the heavy influx of settlers in Stewart County in 1825 caused irreversible damage to the area. The park itself lies on marine sediments, mostly loam or clay, with areas containing sand. Loamy sand topsoils overlie subsoils of sandy clay loam, sandy clay, or just clay. The most unusual attraction within the state park isn't even the canyon itself. Located in the unusual but eye-catching park is an abandoned homestead popular within the urbex communities. Nearly a dozen rusty 1950s-era vehicles riddle a plot of land. Number 1. Thor's Well, Oregon. Located in Yakuts, Oregon, our number 1 on this list is Thor's Well, a seemingly bottomless sinkhole. Sitting on the edge of the Oregon coast is Thor's Well, a sinkhole that unwaveringly swallows the seawater around it. Thor's Well actually isn't bottomless, but it is extremely dangerous. Thor's Well is believed by researchers to have started as a sea cave dug out by the waves before the roof eventually caved in. Researchers believe the hole is likely only around 20 feet deep, but causes sneaker waves and large spray in the surrounding water. Thor's Well has consumed several $1,000s worth of photography gear in its time, so caution is required. The site is most spectacular during high tide or storms when the rapid waters rush violently over the rocks and funnels before finally plummeting into the hole. Locals who have visited multiple times recommend visitors carefully make their way down the trail 1 hour before high tide is due so that they can truly experience the Pacific Northwest's secret. Thor's Well, as well as many other locations, stands as a striking reminder of the contrasting beauty and danger of our natural world. The United States brings hundreds of amazing natural wonders that don't often make it to tourist radars. If you liked this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.